She gave birth at 18, and the father of the child, of course, didn't stick around. A mistake that a lot of young teenage girls make. And especially in our society, there's a lot of stigma attached to having a child outside wedlock, especially at an early age. Anyway, she was able to raise the child on her own with the help of her family. And recently, her son, called her distraught because he had gotten into an altercation with his cousin, who is just a couple of years older than him. The boy is about 11 now. And in the altercation, she insulted her aunt and called her a prostitute and said that after all, that is what the mother has been doing in Abuja, having had him outside wedlock. And she was very upset that despite all her efforts at bringing up the son, being left alone, acknowledging her mistake, living with her mistake, creating a life for herself, her cousin, her niece, now has the audacity to insult her to her own son. And so that meant that a lot of conversations had been going on behind her back as to who she is in society, who she is at their place. And today we're talking about the stigmatization of single women who have made mistakes in their earlier years and have, coped with it, have lived with it, have gone through so many things. Why do we stigmatize them even after so many years? Don't we make mistakes? We all make mistakes. There's some mistakes that we'll never even admit to ourselves that we've made. Yet we find it easy to stigmatize women, especially who have had children outside wedlock. Yes, using our human eyes, their mistakes are in different grades, no doubt. But a mistake is a mistake. A lot of the mistakes that we make have damaged us for life. But if people didn't give us a chance, a second chance, a listening ear, a helping hand, would we all be where we are today? And the answer is no. Why do we then make it so difficult for women who made that mistake to just survive in society? And now in her case, the cycle of insults, abuse, and all is being repeated. And this time by her little cousin. I've told her, her little niece, when she goes back home, she should be the one to call a family meeting. Now, what nonsense. After all, she's probably even contributing to the economy of the home, her folks back home. And nobody remembers when they collect that money. But when it's time for insult, that's when she's remember. I told her that no, this is not the time for you to keep quiet and just sit back and take the insults. Granted, yes, they might be supporting you in one or two ways, but so are you. And so even if that is the only place that you have to hang on, don't let your voice be drowned out, because in fact you will still make more mistakes. What do they want to do? Kill you? And so this really is about the fact that we make our own mistakes, and that because somebody has made a mistake, it doesn't mean that you should use that mistake over the person's head repeatedly. Especially women who have been able to pull through. Nobody is even asking where the father of the child is. It was two of them now that committed the fornication that led to the child. And society tends to think that the woman is the one who should be more responsible, for what happens to her. It might sound unfair, but truly, I guess that is where women too have to be selfish, because the world will blame us already for everything. Then whichever situation you find yourself, then you must use every arsenal at your disposal to protect yourself. And I hope we're going to have a lot more sensible women that we're bringing up, so that they don't find themselves in these unfortunate circumstances. So I wish her the best as she puts her foot down. She's not dependent on anybody. She's not asking anybody to bail her out. She's owned her mistake. So should she be crucified for the rest of her life for it? I just wish her the very best. And please, women, let's be kinder to each other, because these conversations that were being had, I'm sure that her niece heard. I'm sure it's the women in the house. Yes, everybody helping to add salt to the injury. Let's season our speech. Let's help ourselves. And women, let's learn also to selfishly guard our interests, especially where these men are concerned. Follow us on our IG handle and on our YouTube page, A Diary of a Stupid Woman. Thank you for listening.